It's the days R&B and throwbacks. Mike Hits 103.1, Melz On The MIC, jamming on the JOB with you. I got a very surprised guest just showing up on me. Shout out to my man Kev the Barber for bringing him by. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the good folks, man.
Hey, man, this is James Melz, a.k.a. Boobie Melz, a.k.a. Mr. Terminator X, a.k.a. Mr. Friday Night Lights himself, man.
No doubt, man.
Yes, sir.
Boobie Melz, thank you for joining us, man. Thanks for coming and hang out with your boy today.
Oh, man, no problem, man. No problem at all, man. I'm liking this. I'm digging it.
so what's been good, man? What you been up to lately, bro?
Here, man. I'm getting my motivational speaking off the ground right now. I got my website going, boobiemiles.com.
Okay.
Also, I'm working with the ever so great legendary coach Jack Welch.
Okay.
With Jack Welch Recruiting.
Okay.
And man, I'm just having a blast, man. I'm working with old coach, and man, we having fun helping these kids, trying to help these kids get to these colleges, fulfill their dreams.
Right.
And on top of that, I'm letting these kids know how important education is, and,
right.
And how important they are to our future.
Right. Now, if folks ain't familiar with your story, because I only loosely know some parts of your story, and one of the things that you just spoke about was Jack Welch, Coach Jack Welch, the former Coppers Cove head coach, right. Who just retired recently. Right. We just say retired.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say retired. We ain't gonna get into that. But share the folks your background story for folks who aren't familiar with you and how you came up.
Well, I was adopted by my Uncle LV when I was a kid. Lived with him, and he basically introduced me to football. He was the one coach of the neighborhood of Southside Odessa, Texas. Right. He coached all the kids, and he asked me if I wanted to play football, and I started out playing football, and then he found the talent in me, and he tapped in, and
right. It just went from there.
Who knew? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who knew? You know, but it went from there. And then, I got with the high school there, Odessa Permian.
Right.
And played running back. My junior year, going to my senior year, I was ranked #1 running back out of Texas. I had a terrible fall. I hurt myself doing preseason. And, man, it got ugly after that.
Right.
It got ever so ugly. And I tell people this, the movie's good. Friday Night Lights good. The movie is a great movie.
Right.
But the book tells the true story.
Right.
And the true story is that, I got pushed through high school because I could play football.
Absolutely.
Because I was a great athlete. Football, basketball, and track. So I got pushed pretty much.
Right.
And once I got hurt, man, that was a wrap.
Right. And
it wasn't no more good grades.
Right.
It wasn't no more, money in your locker.
Right.
In other words, we're done. We done with you. We'll move on to the next one.
Right. And this is something that you see prevalent in a lot of cases in high school, colleges, and stuff like that.
You see this in programs that a lot of these coaches, you see this in programs of kids that are studs. Right. And a lot of these coaches are trying to ride that kid's coattail to the next level.
Absolutely. Right.
And it's a sad thing because not only may this one kid have talent, but then this other kid that's maybe not as good as this kid, but he can also play at this level.
Right.
He don't get looked at. He get overlooked. So his dream gets shattered.
Right. Absolutely.
Because coach is not trying to help him. He's trying to help this coach this player right here. And man, we had a team of, man, I can't tell you how many All-Americans we had.
Oh yeah.
And only a few got offers to go to school. And it's sad because it's all about what you can do for this school. Right. And it's not about what this kid want to do for his future. If this kid have dreams of going off, he might not be able to play D1. There's D2 schools. There are junior colleges. There are D3 schools.
Absolutely.
Out there. Help this kid out, man. Help this kid get an education. He might not be able to pay for his education, but his talent can.
Right.
Help him get there.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, because I have a son that's playing Division III ball right now. And I tell people all the time the story about it. His story is he rode the bench the entire 4 years that he was in high school, but still managed to get a football scholarship to a D3 school.
Exactly.
And so he continues to he's able to continue his education and still keep the dream alive.
Exactly.
And I know this for a fact that a lot of these classmates that were more talented than him, played more minutes than him, they had the crib.
Right.
Or they're not going to the next level.
Exactly.
Is that something? Is that one of the reasons you probably got with Jack Welch, or is that some? What I guess the question I should ask you is, what are you doing with Jack Welch right now as far as the recruiting program?
Me and Jack is doing, we're getting these kids that are getting overlooked.
Okay.
Like your son.
Right. Understood.
Overlooked. Now, you got a stud player. He don't need our help.
Right. Exactly.
We want to help that kid. He's a starter on your team. You understand what I'm saying? And he does good, but he might not be as good as the quarterback, or he might not rush for 100 yards every game. But at least he has 6 out of the 10 games.
Right.
But then he might get looked over because he might be 5'7".
He might be short, or some other reason.
But he got the heart.
Right.
What we do is we take that kid and we don't promise them anything. But it's all up to this kid if he wants this scholarship. What we do is, it's called straight line. What we do is we get the schools that he want to go to, just him, and we direct them straight to the coach.
Right. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we get him and we get all his information, his attributes, and game film, and we just push it to the coach.
Oh, that's dope.
Push it to the coach.
Okay.
That way, the coach see, we studied jamming it down this coach's throat.
Right.
Well, let's look at this kid.
Right. Get this kid a shot.
You know what I'm saying? Get this kid a shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not costing you nothing.
One of the things that I told my son, especially in the early going, was it's your character, and I know that's what got him his scholarship, was the fact that it was his character. He still was a kid with good grades, even though he might not have got that much playing time. It was the character of the fact that he still shows up to work every day.
Exactly.
And that's why I kept telling him, show up to work every day. Keep showing up with your work. I get it. You're not playing. I know you're frustrated, and you got millions of kids like that all across the country. And I think to hear this coming from you and seeing that this is what y'all are doing is I'm getting goosebumps because I'm excited for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're excited too, man, because it's all about the kids, man. And when we understand that every family, every household cannot afford college. And majority of the time it's a lot of single parent household.
Absolutely.
So, it feels good to help these parents and these teachers. These parents and these students to be able to fulfill their dreams. Everybody wants their kid to go to college.
Right.
Everybody wants their kid to be go to some school and play ball, but they're not able to do that.
Right.
And we're not saying that we can get your kid into a college. We're saying that we can put your kid in a position to get himself into get himself a scholarship.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. I'm so excited to hear that, man. Boobie Miles in the studio right now, hanging out with me, man. And he's telling me about Jack Welch recruiting, which is what you're a part about. And you from Midland, Odessa. How you end up in Central Texas? That's
man, I got a beautiful little old wife out there around the corner.
Say no more. Where the lady goes, you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this before, but how did you get roped into the Friday Night Light situation, the movie, the story, and all that stuff?
There's a guy named Harry Bissinger. We call him Buzz.
Right.
Well, he comes from Philadelphia. Well, first it's like this. Odessa Permian has a history.
Right. Well-known history. All throughout the state. We all know it.
Right. Well-known state championships, always in the playoffs.
Right.
always got a good team.
I mean, it ain't really nothing to do out there in Odessa and Midland but to play ball and have sex any damn way. Let's be real.
Yeah. You understand me? Don't let them fool you. Come on down to the den if you want to.
I done been out there. Several times. I know what y'all got. Look, y'all get down. I ain't gonna front. Y'all ain't going down out there. I can't front.
Come on down to the den now.
I can't front. But back to the story.
But they always have been known to have a top-notch football team. Well, around 82, I want to say, they started busing. Odessa was like one of the last cities to segregate in the state of Texas.
Right.
I want to say one. Yeah, I don't want to take it that far.
Right.
We was not too far from being one of the last ones.
Right.
To segregate, because we were still having everything on the south side. Was black and Hispanic. Across the tracks was whites, and that's how that went.
Right.
Well, around 82, they came to the conclusion of segregate. So tearing down the black high school, well, they didn't tear it down. They just changed it to a junior high.
Right.
So now, it used to be 3 high schools.
Right.
Permian, Odessa High, and Ector.
Okay.
Well, they turned Ector into a junior high. Now you got 2 high schools.
Right.
Odessa High, Permian. So they started there. Well, at this point in time, Permian had been winning too much. Tradition kind of went on a little slump. Not much.
Right.
But a little slump. So they got the blacks over there.
Right. Of course. Yeah,
and I'm not saying that we are.
He ain't gonna say it, I said it. Y'all need us. He ain't gonna say it, I said it. Y'all need us. Now y'all see what happening is.
Pretty much they did. And this goes back. Now, my uncle told me this when I got to high school, but he told me this. He said, people been watching y'all since y'all been in Little League football.
Right.
And we dominant.
Right.
We had 2 black teams, the Rams and the Vikings. My uncle coached the Rams, and his best friend coached my uncle coached the Vikings, and his best friend coached the Rams.
Right.
And it's one of these 2 teams winning the championship, Little League championship, all the time. Then at the end, like when we got older, they started trying to split that up.
Right.
Try to make now only did they segregate, now they try to make it to where this side of town can go to this elementary over here on this side, and we'll let this over here come over here.
In other words, they was trying to.
Right,
can we get some of y'all and some of y'all so y'all don't be one.
Right.
Divide and conquer. Right.
There you go.
Right.
But now, anyway, so I'm gonna speed it up. So, well, now Buzz come through, and he sat us all down, and he told us that he came because he heard what such a tremendous history Permian have, well, football wise, and he wanted to see, what makes the train.
Right. Go.
Quick. What's the ingredients of keeping a powerhouse team,
right?
Like y'all do,
right? Absolutely.
And what these people got was something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And they got something that shook Odessa up.
Right. Well, really, it shook the world.
I
mean, really, it shook the world.
It was a bestseller. As a matter of fact, he won the Pulitzer Prize with this book.
And so, because like I said, it started. It brought a spotlight to the seriousness of and the rabid sense of Texas high school football. They brought it to light because it
brought it to life, but then it brought it to life, but then it kind of marked it. Made fun of it. Well, I'm gonna say it like that. Made fun of it because then you start looking at it as, this team can afford multi-million-dollar stadium,
right?
But you won't even pay the money to
get your teachers right
to build a new library,
right? Absolutely,
for your students,
absolutely.
Things like that that was in the book started making people go,
right. They ain't changed nothing because what? I think they had a district just spent $60 million on a damn stadium.
Exactly.
Just for people to go sit on your ass and watch football.
And I'm not bashing them. But I got hurt in the middle of this.
Right. All right. Absolutely.
And I say this. I say that because as a 16, 17-year-old kid, which I was, and I can go at any time, class.
Right.
I got a thing full of football letters from, you name it.
Right.
They right.
Every school, right.
You understand what I'm saying? But I can go into class, sit at the back of the classroom, boom, I'm reading football letters. They're learning. I'm going to get an A. I already know this. But they're learning. And my partners think that was cool. Oh, that's cool, man.
Right.
You ain't got to do nothing, bro. You know, that's cool. And I thought it was cool, too. Until I got hurt.
Right. And then you seen what the real world could do to you.
I seen what the real world it was going to be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it really handicapped me, man. I graduated.
Right.
I had to hustle and bustle, cause after I couldn't play anymore, man. Them A's and B's went to straight D's and F's. You know, them 80s and 90s and 100s went to 54s and 63s and stuff like that.
Right. And we see that, and like I said, this is something we see all across the country with these kids that, you know, and you promise them these big, huge dreams off their talent, but you're not preparing them for what could possibly happen in the chance that it doesn't happen. And I think this is fascinating. I think Jack got the right guy for the job. Because again, you can share that cautionary tale with these young people, and also let them know that, you know, but at the same time, let them know how important this education stuff is, as long as with the sports is as well. But I think it's a fascinating story, brother, and I appreciate you for stopping by and just sharing that story with us, man.
No doubt.
If folks want to get in contact with you about, because I know you say you got some camps and stuff you working on, you got a lot of stuff you got going on.
Right now, they can contact me. They can go to my website at boobiemelz.com, and you can go to boobiemelz.com. You can book me there. I got a number there that you can call and get a hold of me.
Okay.
On my secretary.
Okay.
And and I this I know she had to say something. Secretary said something.
She ain't say no, but she did make
that. AKA Mrs. Miles.
There you go.
And you can go to their website and you could drop me a line. You know, talk to me as well as. If anyone want to book me for any event or anything like that, man, you can go to their website, leave your name and number, where I can get back to you, or you leave your email, where I can get back to you. And man, let's get out there and do it for the kids, man. Let's help somebody, man.
Yes,
I'm trying to reach and get to these kids, man, because I know it's a lot of Boobie Miles out there.
Right, absolutely.
And it was before me. And it was me, now it's after me, and I know there's some out there. And all I want is for them not to have to go down that bumpy road. And I always want them to understand that education is the key. I always have you a plan B.
Right.
See, I didn't have a plan B. I put all my eggs in the basket of football.
Right.
Because I had that talent.
Right.
You know, they say the good Lord giveth and he taketh away.
Right.
You know, but I should have been more conscious and more aware of what was being done to me. Instead, I was blinded by the starism. I mean,
right.
You know, and everything, and you know, everything I took from me.
But here's the thing, and I hope you don't beat yourself up over this. I really hope. Okay, I'm good. Because I was going to say, you was young, you was a kid. You didn't know any better. You know, I mean, you didn't know any better as a child, and that's something we got to remember with these young people. That they're still just kids. Yes, they look like grown ass men with the bodies of grown ass men, but in the mind they're still children, and we got to recognize that. Even though we're preparing them for a game and stuff like that, you still got to prepare them for the world that comes with that game. So, but man, I appreciate your good words, man, because people need to hear that. BoobieMiles.com. Go to the website.
Yes, sir.
Go check him out right now and be on the lookout for this brother, because I know he's got a lot of things going on here in the CTX, man. But thank you for stopping through, brother. I appreciate the time. Kev, I appreciate you hooking me up, man. Melz On Barbershop.
Let me give my boy Kev shout. I'm Kev the barber. AKA Mr. Magnificent. You understand what I'm saying? Please, man, y'all come see this young man, man. This man is talented
He's
with the Clippers.
He is. He's my official barber. I
Yes,
recommend
sir.
him all the time.
Yes, sir. So
Especially,
y'all, that's a beautiful thing, man. Y'all come out and see old Kev, man. And
no doubt. And
blessed,
yes, go see Kev because he also got the LeBron restoration special on deck for you whenever you need that in your life. I can't front. I am a regular customer of the LeBron hairline restoration special. I'm just saying, Kev got the hookup for you. All right. Boobie, I appreciate you checking in with me, brother. Man.
Already,
Appreciate
brother.
you, man.
Appreciate
Thank you
you,
so
man.
much, brother.